Welcome to Neko Hina's tutorial. Here we will explain defensive assets. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe.
If you are hunting for high-yield monthly income, you have likely run into JEPI and JEPQ racing side by side at the top of the ETF charts. On the surface, they look like identical income machines. Both are issued by JPMorgan. Both charge an exact 0.35% fee. Both pay out cash every single month. Because the marketing looks identical, it is incredibly easy to assume these funds do the exact same thing. Making that assumption is a trap. Picking the wrong fund here means watching your principal evaporate during a market correction, or handing over a massive chunk of your returns directly to the IRS. The core difference between them boils down to two specific details: the underlying index they track, and the resulting volatility of those stocks. We are going to walk through 3 strict rules to help you pick the exact right fund for your portfolio. Mastering these 3 rules is the only way to protect your principal capital while actually keeping the yield you were promised. Rule 1. Know exactly what index you actually own. JEPI runs its strategy on the S&P 500. It builds a defensive, lower volatility portfolio, deliberately weighted towards steady sectors like healthcare and industrials. The intended outcome of holding JEPI is strict capital preservation. It is designed to lower your overall market volatility so you can sleep at night. To get that stability, you accept a harsh trade-off. You severely cap your upside. When the tech sector goes on a massive run, JEPI leaves you sitting on the sidelines. JEPQ takes the opposite approach. Tracking the Nasdaq 100, it concentrates heavily in the Magnificent 7 tech stocks. This massive tech exposure pushes its baseline yield much higher than JEPI. The trade-off? A higher standard deviation, exposing you to steep drops when tech corrects. Behind the scenes, both funds generate their income using equity-linked notes, or ELNs. They write covered calls through these structured notes and pass the option premium back to you. Your choice of fund dictates the foundation of that income. You are either building on shock-absorbing concrete or highly volatile rocket fuel. Rule 2. Measure the performance numbers under extreme market stress. In the 2022 bear market, while tech stocks burned and plummeted past -30%, JEPI survived the crash, holding nearly flat at -3.5%. During that downturn, JEPI's 8 to 9% yield acted as a total return shield, cushioning the blow. Now, let's flip the timeline and look at JEPQ during the ensuing tech bull market. Comparing recent 3-year returns, JEPQ delivered a towering 76% return, leaving JEPI behind at 29%. That growth looks great, but historical data shows the cost. Investors chasing JEPQ may stomach 20% drawdowns during bad years. JEPI objectively wins the bear market, and JEPQ objectively wins the bull market. Your decision depends entirely on accurately predicting your own capacity for pain when the markets turn against you. Rule 3. The tax account rule. This is the biggest hidden trap that silently destroys retail investor returns before they even realize what happened. A standard dividend ETF pays qualified dividends. These benefit from a preferential tax rate of 15 or 20% for most earners. Because JEPI and JEPQ use ELNs, the IRS classifies their distributions strictly as ordinary income. This chart maps yield against tax account types. Held in a taxable brokerage account, you surrender up to 37% of your yield directly to the IRS. A 9% yield effectively becomes 6%, silently erasing hundreds of thousands in potential compounding. The definitive solution is simple. You must move these specific ETFs exclusively into a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. By making this account shift, the tax drag is completely neutralized. You actually get to capture and compound the true 9 to 11% yield. Utilizing those retirement accounts does require a strict trade-off. By using them, you are accepting the strict long-term lockup of your financial liquidity. A double-digit yield is a total illusion if the IRS takes a third of it. Where you hold the asset matters just as much as what asset you hold. Let's bring the index exposure, the performance history, and the tax rules together for the final verdict. This decision tree relies on you identifying your primary financial goal. Are you a conservative income investor, perhaps a retiree, who needs reliable cash flow and cannot afford massive portfolio swings? The definitive verdict for you is to choose JEPI. You are willfully forfeiting market-beating growth, and in exchange, you are securing capital preservation. Or are you a growth-oriented income investor who wants tech exposure and can emotionally handle high volatility? The definitive verdict for you is to choose JEPQ. You capture maximum yield and tech upside, but you accept that you will endure much sharper portfolio drops during corrections. Regardless of which path you take, there is one mandatory condition. These funds must pass the tax-advantaged account test to be viable. Match the index to your exact risk tolerance, shelter the asset from the IRS, and let the monthly income compound.